Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NUGT. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Not to rub salt in one's wounds or anything like that, but just an absolutely brutal afternoon. That was due to the Fed meeting, and with the interest rates and all that stuff rising, this chart did not like that news. That's probably the best way to put it. But that does kind of bring up some questions. Well, where are some next potential areas of support at? And, if the price does start to bounce, where are some areas of resistance? So to kind of just illustrate just how nasty things truly got, if you look back here through the the history of the chart, essentially the lowest it's gotten on a few different occasions is right there about $7.25. You can see right there bounced, right there a few times bounced, right here bounced. However, today there was no bounce. Price absolutely crushed down through it. So that really just goes to show kind of how violent of a day it was. And that brings up our first key level from a charting perspective, which is based on a foundational rule in charting stating when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So on any sort of bounce to the upside, 725 is definitely going to be that key level of resistance to see if the bulls can fight through, for the simple reason as hopefully I did a good enough job explaining and showing that it was a previous key level of support. And again, basic rule, supports tend to act as resistance when they're broken. So now this would be considered a key level of resistance with any sort of bounce. Now, what about potential areas of resistance? Of support. Well, for this, I'm going to use what are called Fibonacci Extensions. And this is just a tool that I always like to use the analogy. It's kind of like if you're in the woods and you can't really see where you're going. These act as a flashlight. Now, none of this is written in blood, so you can't say that it'll for sure bounce. Just because you're using a flashlight in the woods doesn't mean you're still not going to stumble over a cliff, but it can at least help give you a little bit better idea. It can help kind of shed some lights on things. So the way the Fibonacci extensions work is just basic, taking how the price has moved in the past and then projecting that forward. So if the price continues to kind of move how it's been, the next potential area of support down there at 650. Again, if it goes down at 650, I'm not saying that it is for sure going to bounce at 650. I wish the market was that easy, and I wish, Fibonacci extensions were like some sort of holy grail indicator, but they're not. Again, just flashlight in the woods. So we'll see how, that seems super far off. But again, based off how the price has been moving, if this, nasty momentum carries into tomorrow, then 650 could very well be an area, that, the price could get down and then, potentially bounce from there. We'll see if that's a level of support or not. But, these are definitely not the charts that you should be trying to play if you're new or just don't really have any risk management systems in place. But if you can control risk, then, this has been beaten up pretty badly. And given it's a leveraged ETF, could see a nice bounce. So we'll see what sort of trading opportunity it brings tomorrow. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the ETFs and stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate ETFs and stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point. And like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.